In today's video, I am going to teach you how to add multiple invoices to onebill.com. This is a quick walkthrough you can follow step by step, and by the end you will know how to enter several invoices in a single bill form without missing any of the key fields. First, log into your bill account. Take a moment to make sure you are using the correct organization and that you land on the main dashboard. Logging in first matters because it ensures you have access to the invoice and billing features you will be using right away. Next, go to the Invoice section and select Create Invoice. As you move through the menu, you should see a clearly labeled option for creating a new invoice. This is where you begin building the invoice record that will hold the details for all of the invoices you need to include. Once you are on the Create Invoice screen, select the vendor. This step is important because it ties the invoice information to the correct supplier or payee. Make sure the vendor you choose matches what the invoices are for, since the vendor selection affects the accuracy of the record and how it will be routed and tracked in your workflow. Now enter the invoice number and due date. You will want to type the invoice number carefully because it is the identifier that you or your team will reference later. After that, enter the due date so the system knows when payment is expected. If you are entering multiple invoices into one bill, you are establishing the structure for the first invoice and setting the timing baseline. After you have the vendor, invoice number, and due date in place, enter the details for the first invoice in the line items. Look for the section where line items are listed, and then fill in the required fields for this initial invoice. This is where you provide the specifics, such as what the charge is for, and any amounts or related information the form requests. Take your time on this first entry, because it sets the pattern for the remaining invoices. When the first invoice line items are complete, you will then add more rows for the subsequent invoices. Click Add Row to enter details for the subsequent invoices. This button is what lets you expand the line items area so you can include multiple invoice entries in the same bill screen. Go slowly here and confirm that each new row is accepting your inputs correctly before you move on to the next invoice details. As you add each subsequent invoice, enter the invoice information into its corresponding row. Stay consistent with the details you provide and make sure each row includes the correct amounts and descriptions for that particular invoice. If the form requires certain fields in each row, do not skip them. This ensures the totals will calculate correctly and your record will be complete. After you have entered all the invoices you need, review the total amount. This is a crucial check step. The total should reflect the sum of the amounts from all the line items you added. If the total does not look right, pause and compare the line items to the total amount so you can correct any entry issues before saving. Finally, click Save. Saving is what confirms all of your information and stores the combined invoice details under your bill or invoice record. Once saved, take a moment to confirm that your vendor, invoice details, line items, and total amount are all present and match what you intended. And that covers everything you need to know.